Now to the conclusion of today's Crime Watch Daily mystery, Lost in Paradise. Barbara Struncova was living life to the fullest with her boyfriend Bill Ulmer on the beautiful beaches of Costa Rica. But when she disappears, friends fear the worst. And when her boyfriend disappears, friends think he's hiding a dark secret. Well, Bill Alma is about to turn up, and in a most unexpected place. We came to Costa Rica in search of answers in the disappearance of Barbara Struncova. Sadly, we discovered that her closest friends believe that any trace of Barbara has long vanished in these tropical, animal-infested jungles. They also believe her boyfriend, Bill Ulmer, knows a lot more than he's letting on.
I felt really stupid because we could have done something. As a community, as friends, we could have done something more. But man, he had us fooled. He had us fooled, all of us.
After Barbara disappeared and Bill fled to the United States, we located him at his parents' house. We spoke to him on the phone.
He said some pretty interesting things. What, you think I put her in a board bag and dumped her in a river?
It just shocked us.
Unsolicited. These are just things that he said.
I think he enjoyed it. He really thrived on the fact that I'm so smart, I'm so good. Y'all don't know what happened. He completely enjoyed it. He's a very sick person.
So where did Bill Ulmer go? We followed his trail out west, where he began work as a driver in the oil fields of Wyoming and Colorado. And the stories we uncovered sounded oddly familiar.
Bill Ulmer is the classic charming man. He says all the right things at all the right times. He would tell you you're beautiful 20 times a day, everything that a woman would want to hear.
This woman, who we'll call Jessica, met Ulmer through an online dating service.
He was looking for a long-term relationship, and that he hadn't been in a relationship in a long time, and that it was time for him as well to find someone to spend his life with.
Lucky for her, Jessica did some digging and came across this website created by one of Bill and Barbara's roommates in Costa Rica.
I asked him to tell me about Barbara. He seemed to think it was kind of funny that she was missing because he didn't seem sad. He told me that she got involved in drugs and that she was dead. I distanced myself away from him after he told me that he knew Barbara was dead.
Jessica wasn't alone. We found Bill's profile on a website called Bad Boy Report, a site that exposes purported cheaters.
I hate to characterize someone, but I feel like maybe he's earned it, that he's a classic con man that will do and say anything to get what he wants. And he doesn't care, and he's good at lying. He had me convinced. I thought he was a nice guy.
Someone else thought Bill was a nice guy too, and she married him in early 2015. Crime Watch Daily tried to talk to Ulmer and his new wife and were told to stop calling. Bill Ulmer's life was moving forward, but the search for Barbara had come to a stop. It had been 5 years and her closest friends were losing hope.
This is definitely one of the saddest things I've ever had to experience in my life. I just feel so horrible for her and her family, and that Bill was able to just get away. It breaks my heart that anyone has to go through something like that.
Fortunately, tenacity does have its rewards.
Basically, I just kept gathering information and sending it to Pat.
I knew the one fact that we had was that he used his brother's passport to leave the country. So based on that, I contacted the State Department.
The dogged efforts of Matty and Pat finally paid off in May of this year, just when Bill Ulmer thought Costa Rica was but a distant memory.
He was about to go on his honeymoon to Hawaii, leaving from Denver Airport, and he was arrested at that time. He had his brother's passport in his possession at that time.
Ulmer could face over 20 years in federal prison for charges related to passport fraud. Crime Watch Daily reached out to Ulmer's attorney and multiple family members. His attorney never called back and his family refused to talk to us. But there's also hope that authorities in the US will work with those in Costa Rica to finally answer the lingering question, where is Barbara?
I think the case has lost a lot of momentum and attention, and that's why I'm happy to sit here with you. I hope we can bring some more light and attention to this story.
I'd like to say something to Bill. Bill, this was somebody's baby girl. Help us find Barbara. Help us put some closure to this case. She has a mother and a father and a family that are grieving. Help us, Bill. Tell us what happened. Let us know what you know.
Sadly, so far, Bill is maintaining his silence. At the time of his arrest, Ulmer had been living under the radar in Colorado as a commercial driver. Prosecutors say the big reason Alma went to Costa Rica in the first place was to avoid criminal charges in North Carolina. He's currently being held without bond, charged with multiple felony counts, including identity theft.